Good evening and welcome to our YouTube channel, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Tonight, we have Episode 1 of Deadlight with Jeff Wilkins as the Game Master. Let's go ahead and meet our players and their respective characters. Corey, why don't you go first?
Okay, I am playing Professor Jerome Singer. He is a professor of natural history. He also does some biology in at the university that he works in. I presume it's Arkham, right?
Yep, Miskatonic.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's where he works. He is partial deaf, so he can't really hear as much as the other investigators can, but he tries to hide it in by making a hearing aid. He is also 65 years old.
Cool. Gunter?
Didn't know they have hearing aids at this time.
Well, he's trying to make a prototype for a hearing aid.
All right, I'm Sammy. I'll do whatever you guys want. I just need some money. I'm pretty young. I'm only 20 years old. Been living on the street since I was about 10. So you just guys tell me what you want. I can drive a car. I can shoot a gun. I can. No problem. You just let me know what you need.
Right, Patrick.
All right. The name's Frank Graves. I'm a PI. I used to box for money for my pop. My mom died in the war. Nowadays I work as a PI in Arkham, and well, my fiance got murdered 3 years back by some fishing guy after a case involving some intimate fishing rights. Looking for him ever since. My partner Cassandra has been helping me out with that. So if you need someone stock, hi.
Cool. Troy?
Here's looking at you, kid.
Okay. I will be playing Professor Lewis Clark. I'm sorry my overlay isn't working. He is a professor of archaeology at Miskatonic. He's originally from Chicago, kind of grew up on the streets, but sort of climbed his way out of poverty and got an education. He's kind of a rough kind of guy, just from his childhood. Doesn't always get along with his peers at the university. He's kind of on this mission to sort of see his rival humiliated. Cool.
Wayne?
All right, I'm playing Cassandra King. She works as a private investigator, but she's also an author, or she's trying to be an author of noir pulp novels, and she works alongside of Frank. And that's pretty much it for now.
And I am Professor. I'm Dr. Harriet Bundy. I'm a general practice physician, and I am also Cassie's grandmother. And I think that she's bringing me along because she thinks somebody's going to get hurt. So, without further ado, let us begin Deadlight. Jeff?
Thanks, everybody. First off, I want to say happy birthday to Tom.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And I also would like to apologize to Stephanie. Apparently she did the maps for these, and I went through and changed some of them, so I do apologize.
There go our viewers and sponsors.
Tisk.
And just a quick overview, what the players already know and what the viewers might not know right at this point is everyone here is gathered at a professor's office. There's a missing professor that they're all basically going out to try and find what happened to them. So let's start. Professor Ernest McTavish has scheduled a meeting in his office in the Department of Archaeology at Miskatonic University for 11 a.m. on the 24th, which is a Friday of September 1926. It's a cold and rainy day in Arkham, and the sky is forebodingly black. McTavish is a lively, enthusiastic man in his early 30s. He wears a fashionable tailored suit and a tie that is just on the wrong side of garish. When he speaks, he makes broad, sweeping gestures with his hands, and he smiles at each member of his audience as he does so. Once everyone is gathered, McTavish sends one of his graduate students off to fetch some coffee and tells everyone why he's called the meeting. Just over 4 months ago, Dr. Henry Rhodes, Associate Professor of Archaeology from the Miskatonic University in Arkham, Massachusetts, led a small expedition, mostly made up of students, to a site just outside of Blackwater Creek. Based on extensive research, he believed that the site was the location of Cade's Rest, which he knew to be an early colonial settlement in the Miskatonic Valley that had failed for unknown reasons, becoming the source of a number of local legends. Rhodes hoped to find evidence that would allow him to uncover the settlement's true history. McTavish explains that Henry Rhodes is not only a valued member of the department, but he and his wife, Abigail, are dear friends, and that McTavish is extremely concerned about their well-being. While the official story is that Henry is taking some convalescent leave, the truth is that he and Abigail have not returned from their last expedition to the Miskatonic Valley, and that there has been no contact from them for over 2 months. McTavish's hope is that the investigators will be able to make contact with Henry and Abigail by visiting Blackwater Creek and make sure that they return to Arkham safely. McTavish? Oh, okay. Yes, so that's where we will start.
Can we ask him any questions?
Sure. Yep. You guys are all in his office right now. The students come back. You guys have coffee if you want it.
All right. So I take a cup of coffee and I'm smoking. So I go. So you want us to find this professor, right?
Correct.
Why don't you go to the cops? Why us? Why don't you want the cops involved?
Well,
Mr. Graves, would you mind not smoking in here, please?
What did you say?
You know, to be fair, I've been to the war. I think I've earned my right to smoke.
You can smoke outside, sir.
Oh, Nana, please, just calm down. We're let the man speak. We need to
Fine, fine.
All right, that's my question. So, you don't want coverage.
right.
Question is why?
We're trying to keep all this low-key and in-house at this point. Our university has a history of problems with professors going missing and disappearing. So, because of that, we kind of would like to handle this in-house and do this quietly.
Yeah,
And
makes
yes,
sense.
we can't have Professor Rhodes's golden boy reputation tarnished at all.
Right. I hear about your guys' problem every now and then. All right, so here's another question for you. Where does the professor live? You know, does he got a place?
He lives on campus.
Okay. Does he got a room we can visit first before we head out?
Well, I will remind you, I don't know if you've heard the weather for today, but there is a nasty storm headed our way. And the quicker you can get out of here, I think that would be the better. But, I mean, you guys do what you need to do, but time is of the essence here, I think.
No, one other question. The professor, he was not by himself, was he? He was with others, right?
Initially, he was with a group of students. It was a small group.
Do you have a list of those students?
I believe I do.
And he was with his wife, Don.
Correct.
Good call, Cassandra.
His wife. There were 3
Call,
students.
Kathy.
Agnes Swames, and Clarence Welliver, and then there was a 3rd student, Walt Rerig.
Walt.
If you guys would like to spend a few extra minutes we could probably hunt down Agnes or Clarence. They might be on campus.
Okay.
Might be worth it.
I think I know where to find them.
So the children aren't missing then, just the professor.
Correct. The professor actually sent them back. The professor came back one day and said that there wasn't much to find here any longer, and he basically just ended the whole. He had. Matter of fact, I have a letter. Maybe I should show you the letter.
That'd be nice.
This was our last communication with him. Yes, here to find this.
We didn't return with the other students. So they returned on their own, and he stayed.
Correct. He said he had some loose ends to tie up.
Yeah.
Him and his wife.
I see. Question is, what are those loose ends? Don't think they were out going for a picnic.
So I'm going to try the screen share here. Sorry, Corey, go ahead.
I have a question. Does he usually go out to the valley?
No, this was the first time trip for him.
It might be that he's just out there with his wife, enjoying the
How far away
countryside.
is this valley?
Have you seen the country around here? There's nothing to enjoy.
No, Massachusetts is quite lovely.
Well, Nana, that might be the case, and we might just find him and his wife on holiday. But from our understanding, nobody's heard from him ever since. So, of course, the university is concerned about his well-being.
Well,
I mean,
darling, you know that they don't always have phones out there, so.
And Dr. Bundy, is it Miskatonic doesn't have a great track history with keeping its professors safe.
Right, right. What was that one?
Right, Professor Matavich.
Hey!
We all can read the newspapers. We've all seen the tragic things that have happened in Antarctica, but I don't think that's what he is going.
What about those kids up there in out at an excavation? Wasn't like one of the professors killed half of the students?
Darling, that was
Black
years
hole.
ago.
Yeah, well, things don't change in years.
In any case, we need to go find him, of course. But I don't think you need to worry.
I think I heard one of you ask how far. I'm going to say it's roughly a 5-hour drive, but that's under ideal conditions.
Okay, so I see your letter, Jeff. Do you mind if I read it or someone else reads it?
Sure, whoever.
Who wants to read it?
I'll
read it.
Yeah, it's my computer shit, so.
I can read it. Hold on just a second. Let me load it up.
Last thing I want is to cut out every sentence.
All right, I'll read it. My dear McTavish, I am very sorry to inform you that I have been unavoidably delayed in my plans to return to the university. While, as we have discussed in the past, the dig site has proved fruitless, there is some minor work to be carried out before I can extricate myself from the area. I do anticipate returning to Arkham by the end of August at the latest. Again, please accept my deepest apologies for the inconvenience that this extension may cause. In case you are considering sending any members of the field team back to the site, I would recommend against this in the strongest possible terms. As you probably heard before, it saddens me to say that one of the local farmers has taken a strong dislike to our presence here, and he seems to have some rough associates. While the field team consists of Abigail and me, we probably represent sufficiently little intrusion to be objectionable, but I am sorry to say that an increase in numbers may prove provocative. Abigail sends her love, and we both look forward to returning to Arkham and joining you and Mary for a bridge evening as soon as we can. I am so very sorry. Your friend, Henry.
An angry farmer, huh?
Well, there, you see, it sounds perfectly normal to me.
Sounds like this farmer guy. I don't like to cut off his jib.
Oh, he's a farmer.
Yeah. Well, you know how the age is these days.
They'll just be going to
Prohibition.
harvest at this point, and they should be very, very busy. You know,
Yeah.
farmers don't have all the time in the
Harvesting
world.
Probably selling out booze. No, in this country.
Yeah.
Those dangerous, evil farmers that are running our country and feeding us food. Well,
Talking about
go.
booze.
Are we going to get this over with or what?
Well, before we...
All right. Yes.
We should speak to Agnes and
Right.
Walt and Clarence if they're around.
Yes.
I'll go hunt them down. I have a feeling I know
Right.
where they are.
All right, and what about our payments? How much you paying us for this job?
Well,
Well, we don't work there.
Jeff, the letter is.
I gotta.
yeah, I'm trying to. I think I can click it. Okay.
There you go.
It'll be a combination payment between Corey's, since he's a good friend of the missing professor, and the actual university will chip in to cover what else you need.
All right. Then. So
Well, I'm just going along for the ride. You don't need to pay me.
Yeah, so how much am I actually getting for this here now? I'm not really good at math. What am I going to be getting?
you're getting $5 per hour. Me and Catherine get 30.
$5. I'm used to 50 cents. $5 is a lot. What do you guys want me to do?
19. Good God, are you paying them the king's ransom?
He does well. He does good work, Nana. So please don't press.
You're talking about a month's salary for some people.
Well, we're going to probably be out there for some time doing our investigation.
We're doing legwork. We're
So
doing a lot of
this
legwork
is-
in the outwork.
This is what you do for a living, Cassie.
She's pretty good at it too.
See that?
Well, if there's going to be trouble, I'm glad that the muscle is coming along with us.
Yeah. And don't worry, Stax is a good guy. I've hired him before on cases. Ain't that right, Stax?
Yes. We've done quite well in the past.
You know it. Alrighty then. So let's talk to these students, and let's roll out then.
Okay. So I guess I'll lead them to the graduate student residences. I'm assuming that's probably where they're...
I also kind of lead too, since I'm also professor too.
Let's have the same student that fetched you guys the coffee. He'll
Okay.
actually run out and grab them and bring them.
Oh, okay. That works.
I'll have
So
some coffee.
sure. So after a little bit of that time, the two students come in, and they look like they're in trouble. They're like, "What did we do?"
Grab some
Agnes,
details.
Clarence.
We got some questions.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them just because I'm their professor. Agnes, Clarence, tell us what you know about the disappearance of Professor Rhodes.
So basically, we don't know a whole lot. We went on this trip to help him and assist him, and it pretty much turned into a dead end. We started a dig site, and wasn't that long after that the professor just said, "No, that's it. Let's wrap things up." He thinks he basically was mistaken. So he sent us back to the university so as not to waste our time, and then he basically was going to clean up the dig site and return when he was done.
Why didn't he ask you guys to stay?
Just because there was no need for us to stay. It was,
I have a question for you. Was my fellow colleague, the professor, was he acting weird more, or was he acting any weird than that you noticed?
No. Well, and the other guy chimes in. He says there was something weird that I've noticed, is that a few days before we were sent home, the professor acquired dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite?
And it just struck
That's
me
not
as
exquisite.
being a bit extreme, you might say.
Did
That's
he,
putting it lightly.
Yeah, that would be quite extreme.
Right. I don't think he needs dynamite for excavations.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know, maybe he was planning on, blowing out a stubborn tree stump, or, maybe there was a legitimate reason, but to me it struck me as odd.
How much dynamite did he buy?
I
How
don't
much
really
dynamite
know.
did he buy?
I don't
All right.
know the
Now here's the
details.
question I got for you. You met this farmer friend of his. This farmer, angry guy, right? Had so-called associates.
Sorry, who?
Who is this guy? This the farmer guy. Guy was angry. You guys were there.
Okay, yeah, because the whole town is farmers, so I'm just not
Okay.
clear.
There's supposed to be this guy, farmer dude, angry. You guys were here.
Yeah,
Had associates.
The whole town was not too happy to see us. We were treated as outsiders almost the entire time.
I see.
But yes, to
there's
answer the question in particular, there was this one family or one group of farmers, and they made it quite clear that they didn't want us around.
Does this guy have a name?
I don't really remember. I think it started with a C.
All right. Now these guys, pretty tough-looking folk.
Yes.
All right. Let me rephrase the question. Did they look like, were they armed? Were they shady?
Everybody in that town is armed.
They look like bootleggers is what I'm asking.
I think you might be onto something.
What does a
I
bootlegger
figured.
look like?
I think it looks like that fellow over there, and I point to Sammy Stack.
Oh, man.
Yeah, don't. I figured as much. Lots of bootleggers
What do you
around.
mean by that?
Usually
Oh,
when
never you mind.
Usually when a guy starts wanting to push people out, it's usually because he's got a still riding around or doesn't want the authorities to know. I'm getting the feeling that maybe these fellas... Whatever. That's the only theory right now. Let's get... All right. Any other questions? Cassie, you got anything you want to ask these guys? Or should we head...
I was going to ask if the professor ever used the dynamite while they were there.
Not while we were there.
And he just kept on holding on to the dynamite even after you left.
Mm-hmm.
Did he buy the dynamite after he told you guys you could leave? Or could it have been that he was just going to use it and then decided not to use it?
I really can't recall exactly. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it struck me as odd, but there could be reasonable uses for it.
Okay.
Now, another question here. Was his wife with him the whole? Was his wife with him the whole time?
Sure, Abigail. She was a nice lady.
And she's not a member of the faculty, is she?
No. She's just the wife. She was just there to help.
Why? I always found it strange that Rhodes would bring along his wife to archaeological digs. Women have no place in archaeology. As far
Are
as
you
I'm
married,
concerned.
Mr. Clark?
No, I'm not, Dr. Bundy.
That's perhaps why you don't see it.
Hmm.
My late husband and I used to do everything together. He was at my office more than some of my patients.
Nana, let's not speak about Grandpa right about now.
Stop treating me like I'm an old senile woman. I'm a doctor.
Well, all right then.
I kind of give this look to the rest of the group with my back turned towards my grandma. Like, he is old and senile.
She's still practicing medicine. Remind me not to go to her practice. No.
Alrighty. So, sure, with dynamite and a bunch of rough customers. Alrighty.
Well, sounds like shoddy work, which is what Rhodes is known for. But let's get on our way and let's see if we can rescue this poor sod.
Alrighty. I got a car. You guys need any supplies before we head out, other than the usual?
So, let me, as you guys are heading out, so Clarence, he's the student. He's like, so I take it you guys are going out looking for him then?
You could say that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back by the end of August. And for the GM, what month is this?
September.
Late September, middle to late September. And just to let you know, it's unusually cool.
Yeah, it's
So
nor'easter time.
If my grandmom thinks that they might be on a little holiday, him and his wife, but by the sounds of it, the townsfolk didn't like these guys here. So I mean,
Yeah.
we could find out if they left that particular town and went somewhere else, but I kind of doubt it.
Well, and with that, Agnes will chip in, and she'll be like, it wasn't the entire town. We actually found a family, and I believe the doctor and his wife stayed at their house. They gave them...
We got a name for these
room and
people?
board. I don't remember. It was a while ago, and I don't recall the
God.
names.
God damn it, anything you do remember about this town? Any
Excuse me,
names?
sir. Stop using your foul language around these children.
Hey.
How dare you?
These
Cassie, you
Yeah.
work with
These are my students. I'm the only one who can curse at them, okay?
Hey, remember me?
Well, they're archaeology students. They're not natural history, so I have seniority over them.
Listen here.
Language, please.
Listen here.
Please present.
Listen
Real
here,
quick,
Professor.
Jeff,
Yes.
you said there were 3 students. Agnes, Clarence, is Walt there too, or?
Walt is not on campus.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask them. Clarence and Agnes, where's Walt? Where's that little pipsqueak?
He actually was sent home. Well, I don't know if he was sent home or if he just left. When he got back, he acted a little strangely.
How strange? What do you mean he acted strangely?
Just
What, do you have a stomach
didn't,
ache?
yeah, just didn't seem himself. That's all.
Hmm.
Did anything happen to him
do
out
you know where he
there?
lived?
Did he
No,
contract
that's not that we know of.
Do you know the subject of what you guys were trying to dig up?
early pilgrimage,
Yeah.
pilgrim settlement?
I can try to give you a little bit of background. Now, I will remind you again where you're trying to beat a storm. So,
Yeah, we gotta kind of get a hustle on.
All
Um,
right.
but I will tell you that the settlement was called Cade's Rest. It was originally founded in 1660 by Ezekiel Cade.
Because he got that far and he couldn't go any farther, so he rested.
He was the leader of a small group of Quakers, including his family, out of Boston to flee persecution at the hands of the Puritans.
Hmm.
Quakers.
Religious zealots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
those
headed-
pacifists of sorts.
They headed north and eventually followed the Miskatonic River inland, finally stopping in the foothills near what would one day become Dunwich.
Oh boy.
Heard some things about that town. Best we stay clear of that.
All right. Well,
There's a few more rumors. I'll just touch on them briefly. There was talk about an Indian reservation at the time. This group of Quakers apparently met up with some Indians, and they became friends, I guess, for a lack of a better word. Yeah, I think that's all.
All right.
Well, that's what he should have been studying, was these Native Americans, not the Pilgrims. Who cares about Pilgrims?
Well,
And Clarence will offer to draw you a crude map if you are so interested.
Okay, but make
Yeah.
it snappy. We gotta hurry.
So he takes his good old time and sharpens a pencil. And
I throw something at him.
does he literally do that?
I'm gonna throw something at him. I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
like a
I'd slap
lure or
him, like,
something at him.
If he just slows down, kind of whack
calm
him
down.
across the head.
Calm down. It's let the boy work.
so let me see if I can do the screen share again here.
They're quite uncouth, aren't they, these people you work with, Cassie?
But they get the job done, Nana. They do.
We'll
Frank
see.
takes out.
We'll see if
Frank
that-
takes out a flask. He takes out his flask and takes a sip, and then
Frank.
puts it back.
Frankie, just
Is he driving?
Yes.
And it's prohibition, sir?
Who said that was alcohol? Not me. Not you.
Yeah. I say it's probably alcohol. Prove that it's not. Whoa. I see the sun coming up over the mountains. And
So can you guys see the map okay?
Yes.
So basically, from the map, you guys are going to be coming from the east or the right-hand side as you're looking at it. and as you're coming down the main road, there's just that little tiny settlement. It's only a few buildings, and then there's a covered bridge over what was once a creek bed. It's pretty much dried up now. And then the little box there is their, or was their dig site.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then. So.
All right, well, let's get a move on it.
All right. All right. So who's driving? Who's shotgun and who's in the back?
I'll sit.
Sorry,
Cut out.
we didn't hear you.
Oh, I'll sit in the back.
I'll sit in the back next to Professor Singer.
And I also am screen sharing
That's a
the
nice,
car that Frank has.
That's
sweet ride.
yeah.
I'll drive.
Yeah.
I'll drive.
I got
Frank,
it.
you can ride
Hey,
that,
no,
and I'll
I drive. I drive. You get in the back.
That's a
Well, then
drunk
I'll
man
ride on the
drive.
top with my gun out.
I'm sorry, but didn't we hire this Mr. Stack fellow to drive?
He's my muscle.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
then
quite
God help
honestly,
us all.
I quite honestly prefer the muscle to drive instead of the drunk.
I gotta agree with the eminent Dr. Bundy on this.
Well,
this matter.
too bad. And I'm not drunk. But keep
I'll
talking.
sit up front and take the wheel as needed.
But keep talking, and we'll see how the day goes.
I'll sit in the middle in the front. I'm guessing it's like a bench seating in the front is probably what they have, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say, so let's say you could fit 3 in the front.
Yeah.
So let me know who is, so Frank, are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
And I'm riding
I
shotgun.
got a 6.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll
I got a
sit in
16
between
on.
Cassie and Frank then.
Yes, I think that's
You can call me Cassandra, or you can call me Sandra. He's not call me Passy.
How about Miss King?
That's even better.
If I'm nasty, no.
My God, this is
Uh-huh.
an appropriate conversation.
All right.
Cut out, old lady.
You
No,
know,
just
please,
kidding.
you know what? Just relax and have fun. Think of this as an adventure.
And
All
Maybe
right.
I'll relax sitting next to you.
All right, people.
we will assume that
Uh,
since you were prepped for this adventure ahead of time by a little bit, that you're already aware that you're basically going to be spending approximately a week.
Oh,
It could be longer, it could be shorter, depending on how fast you guys solve this.
well, I've definitely brought my medical kit.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and there's a chance, there's no real, like, this is a tiny little farmhouse town, so you guys may not be able to secure lodging, so it wouldn't be unusual for you to just make a campsite. So we'll assume that you already have all your camping gear, you know, the basics.
I'll bring sort of like my archaeological dig, you know, sort of the basic stuff that I would bring for an archaeological dig as far as like tents and flashlights and stuff, and I'll get the grad students to fill up the car.
Yeah. Jeff, I already told you what I'm bringing. I'm bringing along the firearms. I tell Cassie this. I don't tell anyone else. I go to Cassie and say, "Listen, Cass, I got a spare pistol in the glove compartment and a shotgun in the back, all wrapped up. All right."
Jeez. My grandmother's even infected you with that bloody name. Jeez.
I'll
Sorry.
bring my I'll tent stuff for myself, and I'll bring a couple of all my some. That's
Oh yeah.
basically
I
it.
also so I have a camera.
A camera? Okay.
Yeah. I got skill in photography. All right. So that said, any last calls or shall we go?
We shall go.
Yes.
All right.
It's over with.
All right, so I start engine, and I hit drive. Let's go.
Darling, if I die in this, I'm going to never forgive you.
Well, if you die in this, I will never forgive myself.
Who was in the
And
second?
hopefully I'll drink myself to death, and then I'll forgive myself.
Could you do that right now?
Maybe later.
I like this old lady. She's awesome.
Who's sitting in the second bench seat?
Because you haven't grown up.
Me. Well,
You're in the
wait,
front seat.
back? Oh, yeah, okay, in the back.
There's
Gotcha.
basically 3 bench seats.
Gotcha.
I'm in the back seat sitting next to Professor Singer.
Yep.
And I believe the muscle is on the other side. I'm sorry, Mr. Stack.
Yeah.
The muscle.
Hey, Sammy. Sorry, Gunter. What's your drive skill? Out of curiosity.
That.
Yeah, you can't ask that question. There's no such thing
can't?
as drive skill.
All right.
You can ask him if he's a good
I
driver.
could
Yeah.
probably drive this car better than you are.
Watch it.
You probably can, Frankie.
Let's also determine that Sammy, you were hired by Frank. So
Yes.
he's your employee basically.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys are leaving,
Was that leaving or weaving?
We stopped to weave some baskets.
so Patrick or Frank, how tipsy are you?
I only took a sip. I'm not tipsy at all.
Okay.
He has a strong constitution when it comes to alcohol.
Oh yeah.
So again, the night or evening. Well, you guys left midday, and as you're driving, the storm is getting worse and worse and worse, and you're kind of regretting that you spent so much time getting some of the details that you got. But nothing can be done about that now. And at this point in time, yeah, Troy, sounds good.
Okay.
At this point in time, it's basically in the evening. Between the road conditions, your driving has pretty much come to a crawl, and it's hard to see. The rain's beating down, the winds are whipping, lightning, thunder. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Great.
So I'll jump forward and give me a chance to read this to you. Despite racing against the rain on your way northwards, the storm finally caught up with you in earnest, and with it the night has fallen, abyssal black and riven by lightning. Conditions on the rain-swept road force your speed down to a virtual crawl so that headlamps can pierce the gloom and keep you on the path. The only thing certain now is that the weather behind you is worse than that which surrounds you, driving you onwards. What should have been an eventless journey has become something dangerous and unpredictable. Without warning, something runs into the path of your car. Give me a drive skill.
All right. Let me roll up here.
I'm losing you. Let me go ahead and click out and click back in.
Okay.
Okay.
And 3. Awesome.
Well, thank God.
First roll.
And you guys are worried about his drinking. Listen, the better
I
driver.
took a sip. God.
So let's hate to leave it on a cliffhanger, but let's wait for Tom to give him a minute.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
Any
man,
chit
this storm, huh? Yeah, so.
And while Nana is not paying attention, I will pull out a cigarette and I will light one up in the car.
Yeah, I got it later for you. Here, Sandy.
After having been rebuffed several times by Miss King, Professor Clark just kind of stares off gloomily into the distance.
What's the matter? You upset that she didn't let you hold her hand?
It's none of your business.
You're free to walk if you like.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I dozed off there for a moment.
So you
Don't
were
worry.
you were awoken by the car suddenly swerving at the last second Patrick nailed his roll really well, and he missed what it was that ran in front of you. So he slammed on the brakes, and let's say, I'm not going to let you get off that easy.
Yeah, I lost some sanity for that.
Jerome, Lewis,
Yeah.
and Cassandra, who are in the front seat, give me a dex roll just to see if you bang your head on the windshield.
Dex roll, okay.
Swear, don't break these windows. Like, police
Oh,
option.
wow.
Apparently, 3 people got shot in the back.
What is my dexterity? Sorry, this is my first time using 3rd edition.
It should be the
It
box
should
at
be
the top.
7. Oh.
Yeah, 7th edition.
Well, I don't make
Or
my
7th edition, sorry. How do you figure out dex?
It's at the very top of your character sheet.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah, I had a 50.
Okay, so pass.
Yeah, and I got a 34, if it isn't showing up.
So that's
Cassandra, you just smacked your head. I'm not going to... No damage, but you
Ouch.
had a little egg on your forehead there.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
But
Are you? I see that. Are you okay?
so
And then she, I guess she'll pick it up if it's out, and she'll say, "Oh, this is ruined." And she pulls out another cigarette and she lights up.
Yeah.
as you're worried about your cigarette, you realize as the car comes to a sliding halt in the mud that it was a figure. It was a female figure, a woman.
What the hell?
And she's... Go
Say,
ahead.
get out.
Yeah, hold on.
Push
hold-
Frank out.
Give me a sec. So I kind of, open the door and kind of step into the pouring rain, and I start walking to the girl. Like, what the hell are you doing out here?
Well, before you even go any further, what does this girl look like?
So she's screaming, but yet there's not really any sound coming out. She's... Basically, the best way to describe it is that she's right on the edge of shock. She's totally drenched.
What does she wear?
She's not dressed for the environment at all. She's wearing a thin dress and just completely soaked through.
What color is the dress?
Like a casual dress?
What color is the dress?
Settle down.
Sorry.
Let's say it's a light blue with yellow pansies on it.
Okay.
Little yellow flowers.
So I'm walking up to her, and so she's screaming. She's not reacting to me or anything.
She's very much out of it.
So I kind of go, hey, and I kind of just go up in front of you and just kind of try to turn her around to me.
And as soon as you raise your hand, she flinches like you're about to hit her.
So I back up my hands easy. Not gonna hit you. Who are you? What the hell are you doing out here?
And just to give you a quick idea, you guys are pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Basically it's a little dirt road, and there's heavy woods on each side of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in the back and grab a wool blanket, and after I grab that, I'm gonna kind of walk towards her and just be like, "It's okay."
Yeah. Yeah, good idea, Doc. And so I'm kind of like, what else are you going? So I'm like, so you got a name? Why are you out here, darling? What's going on, doll?
She's not responding to you.
She's in shock.
I raised my...
Dr. Bundy, can you come out here?
Yeah, I raised my finger up, kind of do the thing, and being in the military, I bet I've seen some instances of shock. Can I tell if this is an instance of shock I've seen before?
Are you a physician?
Yeah, you need to do a medicine roll.
I'm out of the military. I've seen my buds get into shock and other worse grades.
Well, I think I already said she's basically on the edge of shock.
Okay, so I can yeah. So I try to bring my arm slower and around her to the doctor as she's bringing the blanket. Does she follow or move or anything?
Again, as you raise your arm towards her, she flinches back and she falls down on her knees, scrambling to get away from you.
All right, so I'll get out of the car.
All right, so yeah,
And
Cassie.
I'll,
Sorry.
I'll go up to all the men and I'll say, "Calm down. Let me just talk to her."
I'm going
Alright.
with you.
Yeah, Dr. Bundy, and then I
Alright,
hand Dr.
alright.
Bundy the
You know,
blanket and just say
it's
she'll probably
pouring
need
out
this.
here.
Darling, she's obviously in shock.
It's pouring out here, Nana.
Yeah.
I'm a
Alright.
doctor.
You'll catch your cold or.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't be silly. Rain and cold doesn't give you colds. Germs give you colds. So I'm getting out. I'm a doctor.
I'm gonna go and try to clean some of the mud off the tires and clean the headlights.
All right, thanks. Yeah,
Good idea.
after $2 for that.
So
we're gonna try to get a blanket around her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So I
soaking
hand
wet
the blanket to them, and I say, "Okay, ladies, take care of this."
I think all the men are kind of scaring her. So
Why are we
All
putting
right.
a soaking wet blanket around her?
It's a dry blanket. I
Not
have it
outside, it's not.
Okay, well, it's a wool blanket. Like, I mean, it should be. I'm guessing it just like lays
Look,
out.
look,
let's not
Just wait
argue
a
about it.
All right.
Let's at least try to get her calm, and then we'll place the blanket around her and see what's going on, and we'll try to, I guess, bring her in somewhere dry as we're heading towards town. Maybe we can find a dry place.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
are we near the girl?
yeah, she's you swerved from missing her. She's right by the car.
Okay.
All
I say to her, my dear, I'm a doctor. Let me help you. And I go to put my hands around her.
She kind of eases up now. She's like glad to hear that.
Okay.
I basically try to start up the car again, or it's still running, I guess. So I kind of try to get this car, stationed on the road.
Whoop.
Did we
We
lose him
lost you there,
completely?
Patrick.
Did I? Did we? Oh, I was just gonna say I was just trying to station the car properly on the road.
Okay. And at this point, I think everybody has gotten out of the car at some point.
Yeah, I'll get out after just to look around.
You don't have to. I'm just trying to keep clear as to.
I'm gonna get out and I'm
Okay.
gonna look around.
And also, to be clear, the minute you get out, you're pretty much soaked. It's like it's raining that hard.
Yeah.
We're all wet.
Okay.
Yeah, I got those trench coats and fedora, so I'm good.
So yeah, I mean, you did know there was a storm, so you guys, I do assume you have like a raincoat and stuff, but it's still, you guys are
I
going
know.
to be wet and uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yep.
So the woman kind of calms down, and she pretty much is letting you do whatever you want to do.
Okay. We need to get her in the car. Who are the thinnest people? They need to sit in the back with her. There's not
I
very
think
much
I'm pretty
room.
thin.
I could sit in the back with her
I'm
too.
small. I'm small.
Look, let the back with her, and the rest of us guys will move over, so you guys can sit between the two.
Yeah, let the men sit up front.
All right. All right. Stack, you're shotgunning with me. Damn it, Troy. What's your professor's character name?
Lewis Clark.
Yeah,
Professor
Lewis.
Clark.
Clark, you also in between us like before. What's crap? You singer. You stay in the far back. All right. Sound good? Okay, that's our seating arrangement. Buckle up, boys and girls.
So you guys manage to get her into the car. She willingly goes. She's still kind of out of it. She's huddled up. She's shivering like a leaf.
Does this car have like a heater? Did they have heaters in their car back then?
I don't think so.
There'll be a lot of people in the car, so it'll heat up pretty quick.
Yeah. And actually, wool is still when it's soaking wet, is still 50% thermo. What's the word? It'll keep you warm even though it's soaking wet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
So
basically gonna see. Does she do anything? Like I try and wave my hand to see if she does anything.
Stop waving your hand. You're scaring her.
I don't know if
Everything
I'm
will be all right.
scaring her.
Everything will be all right.
I start up
I
the
wanna
car. sorry. I was gonna say I start up the car, but should I say I go to? Should I start driving and just let you guys figure it out then?
Frankie, let's continue.
All right.
And this time, please just drive a bit more carefully, a bit more slower.
She came out of nowhere, and I missed her.
And that's probably why she's so frightened.
I'm going to try something a little different here, so guys, bear with me if you can. So let's say Cassandra and Harriet, as you're maneuvering her into the car, I'm going to ask you to do a spot hidden.
All right. I make that.
No, I don't notice anything.
Of course not.
Okay, so here's what we're going to try.
Spectacles at home.
I want everybody who failed, which is everybody except Wayne, to not look at their screen until I tell them to turn around.
All right.
All right.
So basically, I'm going to show you something, Wayne.
Everybody in the back seat, or
Yeah, everybody except Wayne, just turn away from the screen until I say you can look again.
This is awesome, actually.
Corey, are you frozen, or you're still looking at the screen?
No, I'm not looking at the screen.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Right, so you-
actually what I'm doing is I'm actually looking on a different page, so I'm looking at the.
Okay, so you see this, Cassandra. Can you see this? Okay.
Yeah.
She's basically
Wearing that.
wearing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get a look at it?
Can we?
Yeah,
Can
I
we?
got to look at
Okay.
it.
All right, everybody can turn around.
Okay. Okay. So.
And no cheating, no watching the replay either one.
All right.
Oh crap!
Right.
I got to keep it because can we come on the TV in a second?
Yeah. So I basically, once they put her in the car, I go, guys, ready to head out? The rain's gonna only get worse.
Yes. And drive slower.
Whoever is sitting in the middle seat,
In the front?
not the front seat, but the middle seat.
That'll be the girl, I thought.
Yeah.
Well,
the girls are in the back.
There's 4 people in the back. So it's Dr. Jerome Singh, Cassie, the girl, and then me.
Yeah.
So she's squeezed between the 2 women.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's actually 3 bench seats in the car. There's the front bench seat, a middle bench seat, and then the back bench seat.
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh, okay. So we've got plenty of room. Okay.
Yeah, then we're good.
So I'm thinking the 3 women are in the back
Yeah.
Yes.
seat. You got 2 or 3 people sitting in the front and 2 or 3 people sitting in the middle.
So
'Cause there's
Cassie,
now-
me, and
yeah,
the girl
I
are in the
was
back.
riding shotgun.
Okay. So let's say
Actually, you know what? That's rather inconvenient for women to have to do that. We're sitting in the back seat, and those people are sitting in the back seat.
So we're sitting in the center.
the middle seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're sitting in the middle.
That's what I
Okay.
assumed.
It's much easier to get in and out.
Right.
Yes, that makes sense. So who would be in the back?
Dr.
I-
Jerome.
I thought I was in the backpack.
Okay.
So.
So as you guys start to drive off, Jerome, give me a spot hidden.
Okay. Let's see what happens. 09. I got it.
Oh.
Okay. So as you guys start to drive off, the woman has calmed down a little bit. She feels safe now that she's with all the rest of you, and she's kind of muttering some words, and you can make out the words attacked. She's still like so scared. She's frightened. Let's see what else. And she's pointing. She's pointing like the direction that you guys are driving. Pointing up the road.
So I kind of look at where she's pointing, and I just kind of go, You think maybe she's got a house around here?
You're driving,
Yeah, how
so
can you-
keep your eyes on the
Yeah.
road. I basically say she's pointing in the direction we are going,
Well, I'm glancing at the back. It's not like I'm driving like that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Give
still.
me a
Every
drive
time we do,
roll.
we say, turn your face towards the road.
Give me a
All
drive
right.
roll. Give me a drive roll, Patrick.
God.
Mm.
Somebody attacked you, my dear?
She nods.
Pass. I passed.
So a quick little, you turn around to see what's going on behind you, and the wheel kind of turns with you as you turn, but you manage to like catch yourself and get back on the road.
Frankie,
All right.
please, just keep your eyes on the road.
Sorry. Okay, so driving, I try to look. Is it possible for like me to roll a spot hidden or a look roll or anything that can maybe indicate, say, another road to a house or just something like another house or building or something?
So let's say,
It's
Okay,
pitch
so-
black.
I
Jerome?
know it's hard to see, but like, is there like any like any diverting roads or something?
Jerome saw her pointing, and Jerome told you, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, she's pointing up ahead, like the direction that you're going. She's basically just pointing in front of you. And you can kind of make out a glow, like in the distance.
What the heck? Okay, so it's like lights or something?
Could be.
Hang on, people. I think we got maybe a house or something out there. Looks pretty bright. I basically am driving toward it then.
And then, Jerome, your character, just then, there's a huge, bright flash of light. The lightning goes off, and it's close. It's like, the lightning flashes, and the thunder is like immediately, like it's loud, booming crack of thunder. And as you're like looking out into the woods, you saw the flash of the lightning, and for just a split second, it almost looked like there was something shiny that it was like blink blink. If that makes sense.
Guys, did you see that over there? It's like shiny.
Sorry, my eyes are on the road now. Can't.
Would we all have kind of noticed something out of the side of our vision, or was this just something that he would
No,
have seen?
just actually, Jerome isn't even clear that he saw it. It could have just been a trick of the light.
What do you think you saw, Mr. Singer?
As soon as the lightning came, I think I seen something that was like shiny. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was.
Would it have been lightning?
A building,
No.
a barn, what?
I don't even know.
What direction, sir?
I point in the direction.
It
So
would
we-
be
I-
on the driver's side.
We try to look out the window and see if we can see anything.
Oh.
Maybe there'll be another flash of lightning.
You see heavy rain.
That rain looks very heavy.
It is. I can barely see anything out here.
As you're
So-
driving,
Go ahead.
Sammy, give me a spot hidden.
Oh.
Okay, I made that.
So as you're driving, Sammy notices you would have. It's a miracle you've seen it because it's pitch black out here. But again, let's say a distant flash of lightning, and you notice that there's a little side dirt road that shoots off to the left or the driver's side.
Huh.
But
So,
the
yeah, I can. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but the
No, I kind of scream out, "Oh, there's a dirt road! There's a dirt road over here!"
So as you scream that out, the woman in the back seat, she tenses up immediately, and she's like pointing like this, like forward, go forward.
Should we go in that direction or forward?
Huh.
Nana,
Jeff?
it looks like she's frightened of this area, and seeing as though we met her on the road here, seems like she wants us to go into town or into the direction that we were heading. So I feel that perhaps she's signaling that danger lurks right here off this road.
Maybe that's where she came from. Maybe that's where her house is.
Yeah, that's where
I don't know.
I agree with Miss King. I think we should just continue going forward.
Why don't we ask the girl, do you want us to continue on this road or go that way? She wants us to continue.
Yeah.
Let's continue then.
Since I'm like trying to get a read on her. Can I do a psychology roll to see if there's something, like if this was recent?
Sure, absolutely.
I can probably do that too because I do have a.
Does she have any like visible marks on her, scars or anything like that?
I pass it, by the way.
I got a 3.
Okay, so let me go to. Sorry, I keep forgetting names. Let me go to Jerome first. What were you trying to do? Psychology?
I want to see if it's recent that she's been like this, or if she's been like this like.
I'll say that you could probably deduct that it's recent.
Okay.
In other words, she's wearing a dress. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, if she were, like, loopy to begin with, she wouldn't be clothed like this.
I think to myself, and I kind of, like, say, was she raped?
I don't think you would be able to figure that out by...
No.
If I don't think she'd be dressed at all, or her clothing would be torn, or
Well,
what are the road conditions like? Are they getting worse and worse because it's raining downpour?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Rain?
Yeah, it's a torrential downpour.
How far are we from the hamlet or wherever the farm town that we're headed to?
I don't think you would know that either because you're basically, you're driving out in the middle of nowhere. Like, again, you would have expected you have been there by now, but because of the weather, it's been.
Do I see the glow still?
Yes, it's up ahead.
All right, so I go to people and so okay, we got a glow up ahead, maybe some kind of building, or we can turn left here and I don't know, maybe that's where she got attacked or where her house is, but I need a decision, people. I can't
Let's
see.
keep going forward. She doesn't want to go there. I'm not going to risk putting this woman into
I think we should turn off. The road is getting quite dangerous here. Treacherous. I think we should turn off and find some shelter.
Well,
it's no more dangerous than what it has been for the last, let's say hour or 2 hours. It's basically just muddy mess. So.
Christ.
Now, Tom, you rolled 2?
Yeah, I got a 3.
And you were doing what again?
Psychology.
Psychology?
See if I can get anything from her general demeanor as far as, I don't know.
Let's rewind that a little bit and say instead of psychology, you did a medicine roll.
Oh, well, I can do a medicine roll. Oh, okay. So
I'd hate for you to lose that 3 is what I'm saying.
All right.
But yes, let's do a combined psychology and medicine.
Okay.
So with the psychology, let's say that you're able to have calmed her down and she's a little bit more coherent at this point. But at the same time, with your medical background, you see that like her arm, she's got a nasty bruise on her arm, and it looks fairly recent, fresh.
Okay, and that little bit of psychology, she reacted so strongly towards the men when they raised their hands. Do I suspect that she was beaten or hit by men?
You could probably deduct that, yeah.
All right.
So what's the decision, people?
I'm sorry, what was that, Patrick?
I was just going to say, so what's the decision, people?
I think everybody I think said they were driving forward to where the glow was.
Alright, so I keep driving forward then.
Yep, and with that, she kind of calms down again as you pass that little side road.
Okay.
As you're driving, you see this glow up ahead, and it's actually from some electric lights on the side of the road.
Like a street light?
Yes, well, there's actually no street light, but let me see if I can bring up another map for you.
So maybe a shop, or I don't know, what would be out here? Where did the 1990s?
We
Okay,
didn't understand any of that, Patrick.
Yeah, I didn't.
Really cutting out.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
let me explain it first. So as you're pulling up in the storm, you see the glow, and the glow is in the rain. And as you get closer, it becomes more clear as to what you're looking at. So you see on the right-hand side, there are 3 buildings. The one that you're going to come to first is basically a giant wooden roof, like a parking garage almost, but it's all open. There's no walls or anything. It's just like a bunch of pillars, so like some cars could park underneath the roof to get out of the weather. The second building is an old gas station. It's a single pump gas station. The third building, where you see the light coming from, is a diner, like a little cafe.
Oh.
The lights are still on, surprisingly, because you would have expected the power to have gone out by now, but they're luckily still on. And in addition to that, in the middle of the road, now you guys weren't going fast at all, so it's not like you're going to have to swerve or anything to avoid this. But in the very middle of the road is an old beat-up truck, like a flatbed truck. And the lights are still on. And it's like half off the road, slid almost kind of like towards the gas pump.
what the hell? It looked like the guy was the guy looks like it was trying to park, or is it still looking like it's moving, or?
The lights are still on in the truck, and the driver's door is wide open.
I kind of honk, like, hey, and I go.
We kind of got to pull into that.
Yeah, that
pull
looks
into
like a
that
diner.
parking
Let's
space,
pull in there.
that parking garage. Then, because if he's in the middle of the road, how are we going to get around that? Let's pull in there and get out of the rain.
You could try to get.
Huh?
Pull in there and get out of the rain, and then we can see what's what.
Does
All
it look
right.
like maybe he slid on the road and he maybe his car is stuck and he had to get out to see if he could get help?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm suddenly not talking the way I'm supposed to. Yes, why don't we park and see if there's if he's in the diner or.
Is our guest reacting at all? I'm kind of looking at her and just seeing if she's related to this at all.
She's just kind of like, she's more relieved again, like she's
Okay.
kind of made it to, quote, civilization, even though it's a little cafe diner in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
But yeah, like the further you get away from that little turnoff, the calmer she gets.
Okay.
let's pull into the to the diner. Let's get this young lady something to eat. Let's get her warmed up a bit, and let's try to dry off. And
That's a
if
very
we
good
can wait
idea.
out the storm.
I think
Sounds
that's a good
good, King.
idea.
Sounds good, King.
So we're gonna drive by the truck then, just kind of meander around it and go up to the diner.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Like if you were to basically pull into the gas station, you could totally avoid the truck, like to go around it. You know what I mean?
Probably just slid off
Is
the road.
there any
So then I'll
a
Guy in the truck.
Hang on. one
The
time.
doors open on the truck. Is there a guy in the truck?
I'm going to say you haven't gotten close enough to see if there's anybody in it or not.
is there any cars in the garage?
Actually, so I'm going to show you a little map here. This will be, this is courtesy of Stephanie.
Mhm.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second here. Okay.
So, like I said, that the first building that would be the south end is like a little parking garage roof type thing. The middle building is the old gas station with a gas pump out front. The headlights you can kind of see on the map. You know, it's like catty corner almost.
Yeah.
And then the third building, the furthest to the north, is the diner. And I will explain real quick. See if I can stop this.
Now, here's a question. When we drive by the place that it looks like a garage, are there any other vehicles in there?
That's what I was just asking.
Completely empty.
You notice the garage area is completely empty. You do see there's one car that's parked next to the gas station, and kind of like in between those two, like close to the gas station, but between the gas station and that parking garage.
I see. What
And
kind of
then
car is that?
there's the diner, and there's one car parked in front of the diner.
Okay.
Okay. So I
let's just
parked.
let's just say you guys pulled off into like where the gas pump was, went past that, and now are parked in front of the diner area.
All right.
So, tell me what you would like to do.
Let's go inside.
I look at Frankie. I say, Frank, we're going to take her inside. We're going to get all set up at a booth or something. Why don't you have a look? Why don't you and Sammy have a look at the car and?
Good idea, Cass. I was thinking the same thing. All right, Sam. Let's get a look. See.
I'm gonna go into the diner with the ladies.
Yes, professors.
What's the matter? Afraid of getting wet?
No, I just want to escort the ladies into the diner.
Sorry, Frankie. These gentlemen are professors. You know, you have a better eye at.
Yeah, I hear ya.
You deal in more uncouth aspects of mechanics.
Yeah, whatever.
Has some manners, but yes.
Whatever you want to put it. Okay. All right. So they go inside, and I go, "Come on, Sam." We go to the truck.
So let's start with that first. So the two of you start approaching the truck. Tell me how you are approaching it. Just walking right up to it, or let's say that the truck's kind of parked catty-corner on the road, so like where you parked, and now you're walking towards it. You would be walking towards the passenger door, which is closed.
Right. I'm kind of going past it and just going, to the open door that we saw.
Okay. Flashlights?
Yeah, I got a flashlight.
Okay.
Assume we need one to see anything. So yeah.
Right. Because that's what it's black.
Am I still able to smoke, or does my cigarette go out instantly?
It went out instantly.
I go, damn it,
So
Alright,
you walk
what do we
around
got here?
the front of the truck, or did you walk around the back of the truck?
A front.
The front. So you walk past the headlights, and as you approach the driver's door, you see a big logo on the side of the door, and it says Carmody Farms.
Carmody Farms. That isn't the farms we're going to, is it?
No.
We don't know that.
Okay. Well, we were told.
You guys were told that you're going to Blackwater Creek.
Yeah, so I'm just double checking.
No, there might be that farm might be at Carmody. That might be
okay.
at Black. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you shine your flashlight and you turn and you look in the front door and there's nobody in the passenger.
I know.
Nobody in the cabin.
Huh. I kind of try to go walk up into the kind of go into the passenger seat just to double check to see what's in it.
Like just casual glancing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just completely empty.
What
So
the
I'll
hell?
look away from the truck, out into the woods. Do I see anybody laying on the side of the road or in the ditch or anything?
No, that's a good idea, but there's nothing obvious.
Yeah.
Is
Doesn't
it
look
is
like
it is
an
like the
accident
truck?
here, boss.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it looks like I don't know what the hell? Why would the guy just leave the car like this? And I just about and can I see what the truck carrying? Is it an open truck or is it a closed semi truck?
It's like a big flatbed with the wood railings going down the side.
Okay.
There's a tarp in the back, and
Go around to the back. Go around to the back and.
okay. Before you go around to the back, Patrick, give me a spot hidden.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. One.
Mm.
Oh my god.
What?
You know, this truck was made in 1902 on September 10th. No. You see behind the seat, you see what looks like the butt of a shotgun.
I kind of look behind the seat more fully, and I kind of grasp it, and I take it out.
We lost you there, Patrick.
God damn it. So I said I take like what I grab is I take a shotgun and I pull it out.
Okay. And what? Just
And yeah, what am I looking at? What kind of shotgun?
it's a double barrel shotgun.
All right, so like the one I have in my car. So I clip it open. Is there any clips in the back?
There's nothing in the back, but it is loaded. There's two shots in it, which are now getting wet. Which are now getting
Well,
wet.
I close. Well, it's in the car. I don't open it outside.
Oh, I thought you said you took the gun out.
I took it out like from the covering, but then I opened it in the car. Like I didn't take it outside.
Okay.
So I kind of close. So I close it, and I go, Sam. This guy was carrying a shotgun. You mind taking a look in the back? I don't know why a farmer would need a shotgun, but I know for a hell of a fact that it's aimed to transport vegetables.
And I say, well, there's a lot of people that like to steal trucks and take their loads and resell them, make money. I know this from experience.
Right. But in this backwater country, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, this is where where your apples come from. You think they grow them in the cities?
You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so we got a shotgun, but we got no driver. So I kind of look around,
Well, let's go back to Sam. He was looking at the tarp, I think.
Yeah, go around to the back. Yeah.
So you lift the tarp, I assume.
Yeah.
And underneath you see a couple like wooden crates and some clear jars full of like clear liquid.
Wonder what that could be.
Right.
Am I being subtle?
I'll reach in and see if I can get one of the jars loose. If I can get it out of the crate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Sam. Would you see anything there?
Just hold on here. I'll figure out what this is.
All right.
So
I take this.
Like a screw off top that I can open it.
Yep, screw top. You can just open it.
Okay, I'll open it and take a little smell it first, and then I'll take a little sip if it smells all right.
It smells like moonshine, and it tastes like moonshine.
Woo-wee! That's some strong stuff there.
I figured as much. Let me tell you.
I have a question. Did we go into the diner yet or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what. This is kind of like happening at the same time.
Things going on.
Yeah. So,
Well, boss
okay,
man.
so
I say, boss man, it sure looks like this guy was running some of this illegal alcohol, and something happened and he ran away. I think we should pull this off. We could make quite a bit of money off this, boss.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's raining like hell, and we don't know where to drive. And if he comes back, and
it's perfect.
We don't know.
Perfect. No one will see us. The rain will cover it, and the mud will go over the tracks. No one will see us. We should take this.
I kind of say, look, we got a job, we got a case going right now, and we can't afford to get heat on us right now. Look, actually look in the car. Was there any keys in the ignition?
Yes, they are.
All right. Tell you what, right? Repark the car. Station it. I'm gonna take a look over in the gas station. Maybe he's inside or something.
Okay.
Did you say you were gonna park the car?
I'm telling Sammy to repark the car so it's not blocking the road, and then I'm gonna go into the gas station to see if maybe he's inside.
Oh, the big truck, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuck. It's like in the mud.
Oh, all right. So I go. Okay, so leave it. So basically I'm gonna say just go back into the. Let's go. I'm gonna check the gas station. You can head back to the gas, and I'll be there in a moment.
And not that I'm trying to lead you at all, Sammy, but tell me, did you put the bottle of moonshine back, or did you five-finger discount it?
You can make that decision. I'll roll. What do you want me to roll? I'll roll whether I took it or not.
It's completely up to you.
Okay, I took it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Patrick, you're making your way towards the gas station, right?
Yeah.
Sam, are you going with him, or are you staying at the truck?
No, I thought I was going.
I told him to go back inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the guys coming inside then. So you guys bring the woman up the stairs. There's a couple stairs to get up to the front door. You open the door, you hear the nice little ding-ding of the bell, and it's a nice, brightly lit room, little typical diner. There are several people in the diner already. There's a woman behind the counter. She obviously works there. She's got an apron on and everything. There's an elderly couple sitting down at the end of the bar, or not bar, tavern bar, but food bar. And then there's a huge guy also sitting at the bar.
Huge fat or huge tall or huge how?
Tall, big, bulky.
American.
Overalls, he's soaking wet.
What I want to do is I want to see if I can see if anybody is fidgeting or kind of acting nervous. Like
okay.
I want to.
Yeah, keep that in mind, because I think as I explain a little bit more, you'll get your answer. And I forgot to tell you too. There's one other person sitting at one of the booths, just kind of a normal-looking guy, like probably mid-40s, glasses. Nothing really outstanding about this guy. So, what would you like to do first?
Well, let's get to a booth.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask the waitress. Can we sit wherever?
Oh, sure. I didn't expect anybody to be here at all, so sit wherever you like.
All right.
Oh, okay. So we'll just find a big enough table and sit down.
Mm-hmm. And when you came in, Corey, since you were talking about to see how people were reacting, she's kind of like miffed. Like she has an attitude of, I was hoping to get out early, I was hoping to go home, and now I just got a whole bunch of new customers, and I don't want to be here and serve these people food.
Okay, so.
But that's just her like demeanor. She's still pleasant to you.
So yeah, I mean, I would imagine we walked in and she looked at us and gave like a big sigh, like, "No, somebody."
Exactly.
We asked where, if we can just sit anywhere. She's like, yeah, you can sit anywhere. I didn't expect so many people today.
Yeah.
And so I'll take notice of that too, and I'll kind of have like sort of an apologetic look, like, we're sorry, but it's you see the weather out there, and so we sit her down, the young lady down, and we asked if we can get some like hot coffee, and if she has any
tea.
like hot soup or something like that, hot coffee or tea. Some hot soup or something like that, just to warm.
Yes, is the kitchen still open, darling?
The kitchen's open, but this is a small diner. We're pretty much only open for lunch and dinner, and it's way past dinner. So, like, I could get you a slice of pie. I could give you some tea. We definitely have coffee, but tea and coffee. But.
Perhaps coffee would work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get a pot of tea if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, absolutely.
And do you by chance have a telephone?
You could try it. I don't think it's working.
I'll go try the telephone.
What kind of pie do you have?
We have cherry napa.
Is this the best cherry pie in all the...
Cherry pie, the best cherry pie.
Yes.
That's a damn fine cup of coffee.
Cherry pie.
I'll have apple.
Yes, you take apple pie like an American.
I'll have a slice of cherry pie, and I turn to her. Would you like anything? So I turn to her. Yeah.
She doesn't really react. She's kind of like, whatever.
Real quick, Jeff. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I say get her a piece of cherry pie and a slice of apple, just in case. And I guess when she walks away, I turn to the girl and I ask, "What is your name?"
And she'll say, T.
T.
Jeff,
Jeff.
is her name or T is what she wants to drink?
Exactly, right. And then she's like, I want some tea, and my name is Amelia.
Amelia.
Well, Amelia, I'm Cassandra. And
So wait, can I pause you there? Sorry.
Sure.
What did you want to say, Troy?
I was going to ask, I'm going to kind of look at the other denizens of this restaurant and kind of compare their sort of clothing and appearance to the to our guest, to Amelia, and see if, based on like her appearance and her behavior, does it kind of sync up? Is she from out of town? Does she look like these people, or
do they all look like locals? Is that
yeah? Is she, are they just kind of hard scrabble, whatever?
Okay. So, did you want to continue, Cassandra, or?
Yeah, I'm just basically introducing myself properly, and I'll say, so, what happened to you? Why were you out in the middle of the road?
So she's still upset, but she's definitely calming down, and she's able to talk a little bit more clearer now. And she's like, we were attacked. My grandfather and I, we were home, and somebody busted in the door, and it's kind of a blur. I don't remember a whole lot. It all happened so quickly. But as soon as I got hit in the shoulder, or hit in the arm here, and as soon as I saw my opportunity, I just bolted and ran.
And your grandfather's still back there?
He's still back there, and I'm afraid for him. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what their intent was.
How many of these individuals, were they all men? I would assume that they were, the way you were reacting to my companions here.
I think they were both men. They had masks on, though they were crude. They were like burlap sacks, basically, with a couple holes cut in them.
Okay. Well, you're safe with us right now, so we're going to try to get you warmed up, and we have some tea and something for you to eat right now, so that you can.
And she's very, very thankful.
It's no trouble. It's no trouble at all. Shall we go back to try to see if your grandfather is okay? I mean, there's more of us than there are of these two individuals. There are strength in numbers. It's not just a saying. There are strength in numbers, and me and my companions can help your grandfather.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. That would. I mean, of course, I couldn't thank you enough.
But we could leave you here and go after your grandfather, but I'm afraid to leave you alone. You've been through a traumatic, situation. So, you kept on pointing towards the town that we're actually heading towards. So, what would you like us to do? Would you like us to drop you off there and then circle back for your grandfather? What did they? I know you said that it's sort of a blur, but try to remember. Were they asking your grandfather for something? Did they say anything? Did these men say anything?
I don't really remember. It was all just they burst through the front door and lots of shouting, yelling, and I couldn't really make out what they wanted. And the one guy pushed me to the side, and I fell. And then the next thing I saw the front door was open, and I just took off and ran.
Did they try to chase after you?
I don't know. I didn't even look back.
Okay. Smart. Very smart. Okay. Yeah.
Amelia, can I ask real quick, how long have you and your grandfather been living out here?
So in game she would know this, but I don't recall exactly.
Oh.
So I'll just say it's been a year or so.
Okay, so you're pretty new to the area then.
Yeah.
Okay. These men in burlap sacks. Have you seen anyone that dresses like this? That's kind of crazy that they'd be wearing such primitive outfits, especially in this weather.
So it was a burlap sack like over their head.
Oh, okay. They're just like wearing like burlap sack.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Do you
Okay.
have? I know this is sort of the middle of nowhere, but do you have any neighbors within a mile or two that may fit the description of these men?
Not really. Nothing comes to mind. I mean, there is a town, like it's kind of like there's farms scattered all over the place, so
Okay.
it really could be anybody. I
Has,
didn't recognize them.
has
Was your grandfather a farmer?
He was a doctor. He's retired a doctor.
Oh. Did you happen to see a professor, an archaeologist around this area? Did you happen to take in anyone recently?
I didn't notice anybody.
Oh, okay.
Would
I
there
just
be-
remember the grad students that they stayed with the doctor, so. oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I messed that up.
Would there be any reason why anybody would be angry or upset at your grandfather? Has your grandfather had any sort of altercations with anybody in town or in the surrounding areas?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of anything. He was a sweet old man.
I'm probably getting back
Was
from the
it-
phone.
was he-
Was the phone working?
Was he a medical? Was
The
he,
phone was dead.
sorry.
Okay.
Did Sam and me, or did Sam get into the diner yet?
Well, okay, so let's go back real quick. Okay, so so let's go back outside. So Sam, you went into the diner anyway, right?
Okay.
And Frank, you were headed to the gas station?
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at, yeah.
Okay. It should go quick because basically you got to the gas station and it's closed up and locked. No lights are on.
Huh. So I go, huh. Well, don't know where the hell you want. Well, I kind of shrug and kind of just start walking, and I toss the, I kind of, empty up the shells into my car and just toss to the back of my car. And I just kind of head into the diner myself.
Okay.
And then I light up a smoke as I got going.
So let's go back to your question, Troy, about the people.
Yeah.
What were you asking again? I'm sorry.
Oh, so I wanted to kind of compare and just see, like, is she dressed better than them? Is there, like, a clear, like, socioeconomic difference between the two?
I would say, I mean, even though she's, like, soaked to the bone and
Yeah.
she looks horrible right now, you could probably tell that it was probably a nice dress.
Mm-hmm. And her demeanor, does it seem like someone who was educated in a city, like, not...
I would say
growing up?
yes.
Okay. And the rest of the people in the diner look like they're probably born and raised in this area, low socioeconomic status.
Yep, pretty much
Okay.
the locals.
Okay, cool.
Can I ask also, as I went to the telephone,
Mhm.
Did I walk by these people in their booths or wherever they're sitting?
I think they were all sitting at the bar, and the elderly couple were kind of at the far end. The big giant guy was kind of in the middle, and you kind of came in the front door, and then just kind of... So no, I would say no, you didn't walk past them.
So I didn't have to walk past them to get to the phone?
Right.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I have a little map.
I guess I would have said good evening, and I would have sized them up with my psychology.
Okay, let me see if I can screen share this. This thing is temperamental.
It does take a little getting used to.
So I try to click it and then it slides away. Okay, so that's kind of the layout, if you can see that.
Okay. So we came in the door at the bottom? Yes.
Correct. Right. So, and the car, that's supposed to be a car. That was parked down towards the end, to your left side.
Okay.
And then I assume that you guys kind of pulled in close to the steps so you could get her up. And so you're kind of parked where that car is, actually.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we probably went in the first or second booth.
Right. And then the elderly, nondescript gentleman, he was in the booth to the right-hand side, one of those two. The waitress was behind the counter. The big guy was kind of at the middle bar, and the elderly couple was at the left-hand side of the bar.
Okay.
Question about the big guy.
Mhm.
Does he look like he's armed? Can I do a spot hidden to see if he looks armed?
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You pretty much know that he's not armed.
Okay. Just to be sure. Thanks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do the elderly couple look like they're yokels? Are locals?
We know what you meant.
I'm going to say yes, but I mean, that's... I'm being vague because that's a hard question to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go over to them.
Sure.
So I'll let Troy go, but yeah.
I was just going to ask, can I roll a psychology roll and just kind of see if they're kind of like instantly hostile to this big group of city folk that are coming in, or can we tell right away?
Yeah, you guys kind of caused a commotion when you came in.
Yeah.
You guys kind of blasted open the door. The storm came, the wind came whipping in. The rain came whipping in. You're carrying this woman who's half out of it, and they're all kind of looking at you like, what's going on here?
Okay, but there isn't like outward hostility, like what are you doing here kind of thing, or
No, not really.
Pretty mouth there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to count the waitresses.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, I get what you're saying.
Gotcha.
So me and are we and Stan officially now in the cafe or?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So we walk over to everyone and like say, oh, well, we couldn't find a driver.
And with that, the big guy at the bar turns around and looks at you.
And I say, you got something wrong with me, pal?
Oh my god.
And he stands up, and he's a good 6 inches taller than you, Frank.
I'll step towards him.
Yeah,
I'll step in between Frank.
Please, let's not cause a ruckus here.
Yes. So I say, hang on, Cass. I'm asking him a question. You got a problem with me?
Oh my god.
And
well, I have to ask then, where am I? Because I was walking towards him and past him.
Okay, do you want to do yours first then?
Well, I was just if that happens right behind me.
Yeah, let's say that happened right behind you.
I would turn to the very large man and he says, "Pardon me, sir, but what I think my friend is asking you is that your truck outside?"
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Well,
I believe you left the lights on.
Yeah, and you left some of your cargo in there too.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Oh no, I'm like...
We haven't even hit the Cthulhu mythos yet.
I'll
Get the crap beaten out of us.
I'll hold up the glass and take a sip out of it.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
God damn it.
I say, so sorry, sir. My friends don't really have any manners. My name is Jerome Singer, and I kind of, and I'm sorry that they caused you this much trouble.
Yeah.
How big is he compared to me? Yeah.
I'm going to say he's your equal. Because you're a big dude, too.
Okay, I'd like to roll intimidate on him.
Mm.
Well,
So-
before he did that, I would like to say I'm sorry for my friends there, and I kind of give him a gesture, kind of a friendly, stick out my hand, try to be friendly to him.
So on my left-hand side, I got this big 6'3" guy getting up in my grill, and on this side of me, I've got a scrawny little professor guy saying, "Yeah, be nice, be nice." So he's kind of like looking back and forth, and he's trying to figure out what is going on here.
Perhaps our driving situation has changed, and it will get much better in a few moments.
So, I'm still I'm smoking,
I'd still like to roll intimidate on him.
Okay, so
I'm kind of like...
When you roll intimidate, though, there has to be a goal as to what you're trying to intimidate him to do or to get. So, is there something specific, or you're just
him to back down or be scared of me, basically, instead of stand
Same
up?
here, Tom. I want to also kind of like intimidate with him, like dude, sit the hell down, or you're gonna get your face smashed in.
okay?
All right, we'll just
We're not trying to like intimidate the biggest guy in the cell block or whatever.
I admire
I'll
your
just,
gumption, Frank.
Meanwhile,
I'll take another sip out
Sandra is sitting
of the glass right in front of him.
and she looks at Amelia and she kind of rolls her eyes and she says, "Men and their testosterone, they always."
Yes, I'm a physician, and I don't usually see this many testicles at the same time. More
Should we
people with
roll-
such enormous...
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Go ahead and roll, Sammy. Frank,
Should I roll
you're not
too?
gonna. I'm not even gonna have you roll because he's not the least bit worried about you.
Really?
No offense.
Not taken. I'm pretty buff though. I would think that
Okay.
But then again, I'm wearing
You
heavy
made it.
clothing.
What did you get, Sam? I'm sorry.
I made it.
Regular success or hard?
Regular success.
Okay. He's not going to sit down, but he's. Well, actually, so let's do this. So you're not backing down. He's not backing down, but he's looking at you, and he's looking at the jar of his moonshine that you're drinking right in front of him.
Okay.
And he looks at you and he says, "I don't know where you're from, but in this town, we don't steal from people and then show those people what they stole."
Okay, I'm gonna reach into my pocket with my other hand and slip out my blackjack and so that he can finally see it that I'm holding it in my hand.
Gentlemen, please.
It's like,
And I say from across the room, "Nana, these men are not gentlemen, as evident. Let them have their fight."
Really, Cassandra, are you out of your mind?
And like you can actually if anybody is paying attention, you see that Cassandra is actually visibly irritated with this whole entire situation.
Sure. And let's. So Sammy, as you're right up in his face, pretty much, you definitely know that he's been drinking too.
Yeah.
You can smell it on his breath.
Okay.
Smells like moonshine and cherry pie.
So do I feel like I have the advantage here that I smell he's been drinking?
Well, that could also go both ways too, because he might have the not a care in the world and.
Right.
yep.
He's probably used to his own moonshine too.
So let's see. Let's do this. Is anybody willingly stepping in between these two guys before they come to blows?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
You wouldn't
What I do is
dare hit a woman.
I kind of grab her and say, I would not stand in between those guys. I'm so.
I know you would not, but I am going to stop this right now.
Harriet, you. I look at her. I'm like, Come on, just.
I'm not
Just
waiting
say
to
it.
discuss it.
Just-
I'm going
just
to
say it.
step between
Just-
them
All right, I'll
and
And-
look up at the.
smell that and seeing that, and she took a step forward. I'm gonna take a swing at him.
I grab her and I kind of push Harriet to the ground like you don't want to get in between.
So I get up.
All right.
I
I'm
get up.
pushed to the ground.
I get up and I yell, "That is enough!" And I walk in between the two, Sammy and this farmer guy, and I say, "Enough of this nonsense. I'm wet. I'm soaked. My hair is ruined. My dress is ruined. You have this young lady over here who's going through hell, and you guys come in and start wanting to pound your chest and start swinging at each other. What the hell is wrong with you guys?" I say, "Sit down," and I point to Sammy, "Sit down," and I point to Frankie, "Sit down," and I turn to the farmer guy and I say, "Look, we're just in here trying to get dry. Ignore these guys, and please, sir, just go. You can go back to your pie and just relax. We're not gonna bother you any further."
Well done.
So
And that's do I have to roll something for that?
Well, I'm trying to think, because technically you're not supposed to be allowed to influence other players.
Well, yeah.
So really, you're trying to stop Sammy here.
Well, yeah.
I will give you now, Sammy. You already said you threw a punch.
yeah.
I will give you a chance to take that back if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine. We can play it out.
Oh. No, I would say I threw it, and I heard a bunch of squawking in the background from Cassandra as I was throwing the punch.
Okay. So give me a brawl.
Okay. Ooh.
And while this is going on, Lewis is folding up his sleeves, ready to jump in as needed.
I go to Lewis. Yeah, hey, Doc. Leave it to the guys who know how to fight. Don't worry, Sam. If you get you get the shit kicked out of you, I'll step in. Till then, I'm gonna watch the show.
I made it on hard.
Oh, nice. So the big guy, he doesn't even react. He doesn't even swing. Doesn't even make an attempt to block it. So give me your damage.
Five.
Oof.
Does she have damage bonus?
Yeah.
So you hit him square in the nose.
Oh my god, with a blackjack? Oh my god.
Oh, was
No,
this blackjack or fist?
No, it's fist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And he just grabs his nose, and there's blood coming out now, and he's just looking at you like stunned. He doesn't quite know what happened.
Violence will get you nowhere, sir. I'm yelling that
So,
at
I ask him if he has something to say now.
That's the end of your head.
Please don't hit me anymore, sir.
All right, Sammy, you made your point. This guy knows what's what.
Barb,
I'll step back and take another sip out of the bottle.
Barbarians. And then it's a wonder why I work with you two. Go back and I sit back at the table, and
No, actually,
and
that's a
I'm visibly like irritated, and I'm actually kind of quiet now. Like I'm in my own thoughts. I'm not necessarily paying Amelia any attention right now. I'm like kind of furious, silently furious.
You should be furious. You've brought us out here with criminals.
Now, actually, you brought up a really good point, Wayne. Or sorry, Cassandra. Jerome, you hired these guys. You hired Frank, and Frank in turn hired Sammy. Do you see what I'm saying?
He's deaf. He can't hear you.
Okay.
Hey.
Good one.
Chooses not to hear. That's what it was.
He's still in the corner going, what's going on? Where's my pie? Okay.
Oh, he's sitting on me, apparently.
So, you know, Lewis did grow up in kind of like gangland Chicago, so he's kind of like putting on this, you know, face of, you know, he's like this academic or whatever, but can he like, I'm going to kind of code switch into like, you know, like thug kind of language or whatever and just be like, all right, Sammy, you showed this guy what's up. Like, let's sit down. You kicked his ass. Come on.
You know. Frank chuckles as he goes back to the table and smoking.
What I do is I go up to the waitress and I say, whatever that guy ordered, it's on me, and I give her whatever change it or whatever it is to kind of smooth the thing over.
Well,
Okay, that's a good idea.
His shotgun's missing.
I'll go take a seat in a booth, like kind of sort of kitty corner from the guy, so I can keep an eye on him.
Okay. All right. So let's say that situation is pretty much diffused, although things are still tense.
Yes, I'm just going back to my.
I feel good now.
And then I walk up to Harry and I'm like, I'm sorry I did that, but I just didn't want you to get hurt.
So you throw her on the ground.
Oh my god.
Way to go, bud.
75-year-old woman.
I'm sure you meant well.
So, what about our young friend here?
So, okay, so who are we focusing on next? Who are we beating up next?
We need to find the police.
When Frank sits down, and Frank and Sammy sit down, I give him this stern look, and I'm like, are you too happy with yourselves?
I asked him if he had a problem with me. Sammy threw the punch, not me.
You started it.
I just
sir.
say, I really have no regard for women.
I mean, and I say, Frankie, sometimes you're brilliant when we're out investigating, but sometimes I don't know, you're just kind of like a
Loose
and if she stops because she's about to say something really insulting, and she says whatever.
I pretty much have this misogynistic 1920s view on women, so I don't really listen to what you say whatsoever.
So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, by asking, if he had a problem with me. Then Sammy decided to butt heads. I can't be responsible for him. Anyways.
At the same time,
So
I was going to have somebody roll, but I don't think you even need to roll for this. You pretty much notice that this guy, he has an appearance about him that tells you he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
So now wow. And, you guys display this level of violence in front of a young lady who's been through some trauma and been through violence. Smart move, gentlemen. Smart move.
So, moving on. Let's... Harriet, what would you like to do?
Oh, I was quite reticent on coming onto this venture with them, and oh yes, I'm very reticent now. I want to go home. I think that we should call the police.
Nana, I think you're right. You've been telling me I shouldn't be working with these guys, and today's display has made me think twice. And she's just like, she has this look of disappointment, especially with Frank. Like Sammy's somebody that we kind of work with. He's the muscle. He's kind of off the streets and everything like that. And so, she kind of like understands his thing, but like, Frank, it was just as if like Frank kind of pushed that situation.
There are a bunch of criminals.
Here's the thing: we're in a strange town. We're trying to get out of the weather. We have this young lady. This is the thing that we should be focused on. And the first thing you guys do is walk into a diner and start a brawl. Like this is Arkham.
So do Frank and I hear this then, or are we sitting close enough where I can hear what they're saying?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
And I go, listen. He looked in my direction, and I said, "Do you have a problem with me?" He started coming to me.
He looked in your direction, darling, because you mentioned that his truck. That's why he looked at you.
Right, and I looked
started
at
a fight with
him.
him. You're all a bunch of criminals, and then you stole stuff from his truck.
I didn't. Well, he stole some truck. I didn't steal anything.
Yes, you did. Well, I don't know that, but
Right.
something far more valuable than a thing of alcohol.
So if I hear them saying that they should call the police, I'm gonna lean in towards Frank and say, I can't have that again. I can't have that again.
Easy. So
Speaking of calling the police, did you try the phone? Is the phone working?
The phone's not working, but I was about to ask that lovely couple there on the end of the thing if they knew where the local police station was.
Yeah, sounds good. So I kind of get out from the front of my seat and start heading to the couple.
No.
Frankie, sit down. Let Nana take care of it.
Well, I'm sure that they're simply aghast at our behavior. I can't go to them now. Who can?
They've gotten up from the bar and have moved to the furthest booth they can get to.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question though. So, what about the elderly gentleman that's sitting in the other booth by himself? Has he moved at all?
He's just watching the show.
Mm.
Is he by chance dressed as a policeman?
What is this? Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
Policeman, I wanted to alert the police because of the young girl, not because of you.
Can I talk to the waitress?
Sure. Well, let's go to Tom first. Tom, you wanted to talk to the elderly couple?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm not going to get up now.
Okay.
So I walk to the waitress and say, "Hey, listen, doll, do you know who that girl is, by any chance?"
You're asking the waitress again?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear who you were asking.
Yeah, the waitress.
She's like, what girl?
And I point to the girl on her table. Her.
And she kind of leans over and she's like, oh, I didn't even recognize her. She says, yeah, I think that's Amelia.
So, okay. So
Is she all right?
Looks like she's in shock, and we found her on the side of the street.
She looks
I'm
horrible.
sorry for the kerfuffle we caused, but listen, we don't know what's up, and well, does she live around here? Like, do you know anyone? Is there police nearby?
There are police, but they're not nearby.
She says that I bet in because I hear them. She says that her grandfather and her were attacked in their home, and she escaped with her life. We want to alert somebody, some authority, but your phone doesn't seem to be working.
Well, unless I misunderstood, but she was actually talking to Cassandra too and was asking you all for help.
Yeah, I thought we were going to go and investigate this ourselves.
Right, but I'm just asking, I'm just trying to get some info.
Well, why would we want to walk into a place where criminals were? Of course, we have some with us.
Well, Miss Bundy, Dr. Bundy, excuse me, this woman needs help immediately. Her grandfather could be laying there dying as we speak, and it doesn't seem like this little hamlet, has a local constabulary that we can hit up right away in the middle of the night.
Right. So, I turn to her and so I say, so, does she live near here at all? Like, we saw a dirt path. Does she live down there?
Yeah, she lives right, not too far down.
All right. Now, she lives with her uncle. You know her?
I'll see. That name that we saw in the truck, what was that again?
Carmody, I think
The
it was.
name on the truck?
Carmody.
Carmody Farms or something?
Yeah.
Is that what's down the dirt path? I'll say that. Is that what's down the dirt path that was like halfway here off the main road?
That's their. I asked. That's their house. That's where they live.
Yeah, that's the Carmody film. I don't know where that is.
I think it's just her place. Her and her grandpa's place.
Yep.
So it sounds like Amelia wants our help. So, I mean, we could take a vote, but I think we should go and investigate what's going on with her grandpa. Because
agree.
he could be seriously injured, and we're not going to get any help tonight, it sounds like.
I agree. Plus, it's it's not that far off, and I think we can take the effort in.
And Dr. Bundy, if you want to stay here with Amelia, we can just go ourselves.
The elderly couple hears you say that, and the woman, she kind of timidly volunteers. She's like, if you just need someone to watch her, I'd be more than willing to just look after her. I mean, she seems fine now.
Would that be acceptable, Amelia?
And she turns around and she looks at him and she's like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." She says, "I'm not really in much condition to help you guys at all."
Okay.
Jeff, as you're talking, I turn to the guy, like the big guy, and I kind of take him, $10, and I go tap him and I show him the bucks,
Okay.
and I say, "Listen, you watch her, you make sure she's safe along with these nice people, and this is and table, all yours, all right?"
So you're
your cut of this deal.
handing him the money, or you're just showing it to him?
I'm showing it to him. You want to watch the girl for some money?
They said that they were already going to watch this young lady.
Right.
I think she'll be okay. As long as the diner isn't closing anytime soon.
You're asking the bootlegger
Yeah.
for a favor?
Sure.
The guy that you just punched in the nose,
I didn't punch him in the nose.
stole his
Oh
shotgun,
my god.
stole his moonshine, and now you're asking for help. Okay. I'm just teasing. That's fine.
So does he respond to me?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're willing to give him money, he'll be like, "Sure, I'll stay here and make sure nothing happens."
All
to him."
right, we good? And I kind of offer a handshake.
He doesn't quite know what to do, but he'll reach out and shake your hand.
All right. And I head out and I go to my car.
And he's like, "Before you leave, any chance I could get you to help me?
What you need?
I need somebody to get my truck out of the mud."
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna go to my car and just set things up, and I'll help you out right quick. All right?
That'd be much appreciated.
I'm sure these big
All
brutish men can lift your car right out of the dirt.
All right. So, Jeff, really quickly.
Yep.
I run into the car, take the shotgun, and kind of try to put it back in the truck.
Without him seeing?
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Alrighty. Come on. Dice have been good for me. Dice have been good. What's the sleight of hand? Hang on. 10.
10 base.
Okay.
Oh, 5.
Oh,
So you managed to kind of slip out quickly, and while he's still gathering up his belongings at the bar, and managed to do what you're saying.
All right.
So we could probably end it here then.
Sure.
You're going to help him get this truck unstuck. He's going to stay at the diner, and you all have agreed to help Amelia. Does that pretty much sum things up?
Yep.
Well, I'm not so
Good.
happy about going, but somebody might be hurt.
Yeah, Dr. Bundy, I think we could use your services.
Well, that was extremely fun. That was
Yeah.
crazy and wild.
I thought it was fun.
So anyways, let me wrap it up. I want to thank our investigators for all their participation. I want to thank all of our viewers for watching. We hope you enjoyed our session. I know we did. Remember to
we did.
subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you liked our show, please give us a thumbs up. Tune in next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next episode of Deadlight. Until next time, always remember, if there's no light left to guide your path, your only choice is to venture into the darkness. Good night and good gaming.